So we have, in this lesson now, I'm going to discuss how to solve or how to find out the solutions of a pair of linear equations. Okay, so there are three algebraic methods: substitution method, elimination method, and cross multiplication method. So there are three algebraic methods to find out the solutions of a pair of linear equations into variables. So in exercise 3.3, we will learn how to solve this kind of equations by substitution method. So the first question: solve the following pair of linear equations by substitution method. One of the most easiest methods. Alright? So this is your first given equation, this is your second given equation, so pair of linear equations is given. Okay? So we are going to do it by the method of substitution. First we have to write what are the given equations. Okay? So given, we can write given pair of equations are, or we can write given system of equations are. Okay? Given pair of equations are, the first equation, x plus y is equal to 14. This is your first equation. And x minus y is equal to 4. This is your second equation. There are many different ways to do by the method of substitution. So there are different ways that we can do it by method of substitution. The most simplest is, there are two equations, right? You choose the first equation and find x. Is it okay? If you find x from first equation, then you will get x in terms of y. Y takigena x laga value pabo. Alright? Like see, there are two such equations. The most easiest way to simplify by substitution method is you choose the first equation and find x. Okay? That value of x that you have obtained, you will substitute in equation 2. So substitution method. We just now? Okay, let's see how it's done. So which equation would I choose first? 1. Hodai equation 1 choose equal confusion create no koribole. Hodai equation 1 do choose korigena x pisarebe. Is it okay? That value of x you substitute in equation 2. So we're substituting x. We're substituting, okay? So substitution method. Equation 1 choose koribo. From equation 1. What is your equation 1? X plus y is equal to 14. So I want to find x. Let's find x. So this implies x is equal to 14. Yeah, plus y will be transposed as minus y. So we have obtained x in terms of y. So y takigena x by a signal. So we have obtained x in terms of y. So let me mark it as equation 3. Now we have obtained x, right? This value of x you substitute in the other remaining equation 2. It means in equation 2, wherever you see x, you just have to replace it by 14 minus y. Okay? So substitute x equals to 14 minus y, x equals to 14 minus y in which equation? 2. Ito x2 kun laga equation berapa ishe? 1 berapa ishe? Itu 1 di wapas na liu. Next equation di substitute ko liu. Okay? Okay. So equation 2 de kuti x hase, tati 14 minus y halibo de. So equation 2 do repeat ni likhibi de ado. No. In equation 2, wherever you see x, you write 14 minus y. So from equation 2, your equation 2 starts with x, Your x is 14 minus y. You have another minus y is equal to 4. Is it alright? No? Is yes enough? We have 14 as it is. Minus y minus y minus 2y is equal to 4. So minus 2y equals to 4 minus 14. This is plus 14. You transpose it as minus 14. So what do we have? Minus 2y is equal to 4 minus 14. 4 minus 14 minus 10. So minus minus can be cancelled from both sides. So y is equal to 10 upon 2. So that gives you y is equal to y is 5. Alright? Yes. To y to pi shape. Fixed. Now, x to pi shape will be fixed. No? We got in terms of y. Now we already know what is y. So what I can do is, I can put the value of y over here in equation 3 and get the perfect value of x. Okay? So I'm going to use equation 3. From equation 3, your equation 3 is x equals to 14 minus y, 14 minus y, y is 5. So this implies x is equal to 9. Therefore, x equals to 9 and y is equal to 5 are the required solution of the given pair of linear equations. So this is how we solve pair of linear equations by the method of substitution. You can try. So we try with another equation question. Okay, Roman 5, question number 1, Roman 5. The remaining things can be done very easily. Okay, if any problems we can discuss. That's all right. But I want you to try. After I'm done with 5, you have to try 4 and 6 as well. 2 and 3 you can try it at home. Okay, in order to save time. Roman 5. Square root 2 times x plus square root of 3 times y is equal to 0. This is your first equation. Square root of 3 times x minus square root of 8 times y is equal to 0. This is the other equation. So we are going to solve them. Let's solve them. Okay. So given pair of equations are square root 2 times x plus square root of 3 times y is equal to 0. Oh, you have no constant term here, no? 0. Equation 1. Square root of 3 times x minus square root of 8 times y is equal to 0. Equation 2. Alright? Now what I'm going to do, both the constants are 0. Both the constants are 0. Okay, both the constants are 0. Okay, no problemo. We do the same process, the same technique, the same way, the same pattern. We choose equation 1 and we find out x. That value of x, but whatever the x that we get here will be in terms of y na. Y takigen na ba? That x we will substitute in equation 2. Then we get y. Okay? Or it y pa pichete hi x la exact value pipa one. No. So from equation 1, square root of 2 times x plus square root of 3 times y is 0. X bisari volume 1. That means the term containing y should be transposed to the other side. So square root 2 times x is equal to minus square root of 3 times y. That means x would be equal to minus square root of 3 times y square root of 2 times x. So if you transpose this square root to the other side, then it goes as division. By multiplication, they are x law. So we have obtained x even though y takigena se will be good pado by shidictadona. So this is your equation. So we have obtained x from equation 1. Now I'm going to substitute this value of x in the other equation, equation 2. So substitute x equals to minus root 3y upon square root of 2 in equation 2. Equation 2 디 x 라가 작아데 이도 substitute 거리게. So what is your equation 2? Square root of 3 times x, right? Square root of 3 times x. What is your x? Minus square root of 3 times y upon square root of 2. Root 3 나간 거고요. Root means square root 타게, cube root 타게, fourth root, fifth root, sixth root, 10th root 이 나가타게. 또 root 이 나가는 거고요. 그런 하시니. 또 equation 2도 square root of 3 times x. So times we have substitute x. 이렇게 해서 minus square root of 8y is equal to 0. अच्छा. This is in product. So let's multiply these terms, right? Okay. So what we have is this implies these two terms are in product. Okay, we have a negative sign, so negative sign. Square root of 3 times square root of 3. Square root of 3 times square root of 3. 3. Okay, okay, that's correct. Yes, correct. Square root of 3 times square root of 3. Square root of 9. Square root of 9, 3. Right? Yes. So minus 3y, right? Minus 3y. Upon square root of 2. Upon square root of 2 is minus square root of 8y is equal to 0. Alright? No? We take LCM. So if you take LCM of square root of 2 and 1 is square root of 2. Now you compare the LCM with the denominator. LCM will be divided by the denominator. Root 2 divided by square root of 2, 1. So 1 times the numerator minus 3y is simply minus 3y. Alright? Minus. If the denominator is 1, LCM will simply multiply the numerator. Square root of 2 times square root of 8. Square root of 2 times square root of 8. Square root of 16. 16 is a perfect square. So what is square root of 16? Very good. So 4y equal to 0. Minus 3y minus 4y minus 7y upon square root of 2 is 0. In order to find y, we have to cross multiply. Minus 7y is equal to 0. So y would be minus 7y. Minus 7y means, is it like minus 7 times y? No, minus 7y means minus 7 times y, right? Is 0. So y equals to 0 upon minus 7, right? Minus 7 the product is division 되거든. So that gives you y as 0. So y is 0. 0 is the solution. Then we need x now. So since we know y, we substitute y over here and get x. That's equation 3 now. Then the equation 3 from 3 from 3, your equation 3, x is equal to minus square root of 3 times y times 0 upon square root of 2. Anything multiplied with 0 is 0. So x is equal to, we do not care about negative, positive. Anything multiplied with 0 is 0 upon square root of 2. What is 0 upon square root of 2? If the numerator is 0, the overall result is 0. No? Denominator 0 will lead to answer to undefined. Will be the numerator 0 hobo, result is always 0. Is it okay? So therefore, x equals to 0, y is equal to 0 is your solution. Clear? Okay, you can go for it. 그러다 미 나사기나 그러위.